This is Nandina. Today we will discuss next topic of the control and coordination, that is the structure of brain. So, roughly I have drawn this diagram, that is structure of brain. This is very important diagram for a 10th standard student. We will carry the 4 marks. Okay, you have to practice. You must and should have to practice the brain diagram. Okay. So today we will learn the parts of the brain and functions of the brain, and also what is the how the brain is protected in our body. Okay, I have to cover all this topic in this video. Okay. So the brain is broadly classified into 3 parts. So one is a forebrain. This is called as a forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Okay. So these folding like structures are there in this brain diagram. All the folding like structure is called as a what you call forebrain, or you can call it as a cerebrum also. Okay. This is called as a cerebrum, and this one is a midbrain, and these all parts is called as a hindbrain. Okay. In hindbrain again 3 categories are there. One is a pons, medulla oblongata, and cerebellum. Okay. First one, that is a cerebrum or the forebrain. The cerebrum or the forebrain is one of the largest part of the brain. What is the main function of all these foldings are there? So these are all foldings are called as a cerebrum. What is the main function of this brain? It is one of the largest part of the brain. What is main function? It is primarily it is a site of memory. What it is? It is a site of the memory. The memory power is differ from person to person. Okay, that all the memories are what you call capacity and the ability of the memory power. That memory is depending upon which part of the brain, that is called as a cerebrum, and it is a what you call it is a site of intelligence. You can call it as a site of intelligence also, and all the voluntary actions are controlled by which type of the brain is that is called as a what it is cerebrum. Okay. And another one is midbrain. How the midbrain is working? Midbrain is due to the connection between forebrain as well as the hindbrain, and also midbrain is help for what it is controlling our body temperature. Generally, the body temperature is not fluctuated or not varied according to the temperature. Consider this is summer season or the winter season or the rainy season. The environmental temperature is may get vary, but according to the environmental condition, our body temperature is not regulated. But in disease and all, it may be okay. But all the in healthy person, whatever the body temperature, minimum body temperature is there, that is all controlled by what it is midbrain. Okay. And hindbrain is classified into 3 categories. I already told that this leaf-like structure is there. This is called as a cerebellum. What is the main function of the cerebellum? Is it is help for maintaining our body balance. Okay, it will help for maintaining the body balance. In this, especially in this topic, in examination they will ask one applied questions. In later I will tell that question. Okay, and what about this small portion? This small portion is called as a pons. What is the function of pons in the brain? Means it is help for it will regulate or it control our eyeball movement. Whatever the eyeball movement is there, that is all the control by the what is called pons. That is a hindbrain. In that hindbrain, which part is controlling our eyeball movement means pons, and the taste of the food is controlled by the pons itself. In the previous year, we learned that the taste of the food is controlled by detected by the tasty buds. Of course, the taste of the food is detected by the what you call tasty buds, which is present in our tongue. But that news or that message will what you call given that tasty bud by the brain, that is in the which part of the brain, that is hindbrain, in that the pons. And also hearing capacity, to regulate our hearing capacity. Some of the sounds are very harsh in nature or melody nature, that melody, harsh, medium, that all the hearing capacity, whatever the nerves which is present in our what you call ear, that almost connected to the brain, that is hindbrain in that pons. Okay, pons is regulating our hearing capacity, controlling our eyeball movement, and it gives the information about the taste of the food. Okay, and the last one is the medulla oblongata. How the medulla oblongata is working means it is control all the involuntary actions. Okay. Briefly, I will explain what is meant by the involuntary action. Means that in our body, some of the muscles are not controlled by ourselves. Okay. For example, heart muscles. Continuously they are what you call contracting and relaxation, okay, relaxing. They are not controlled by ourselves, okay. Such kind of all the muscles are present, which whatever the present in our body, these are all the functions are called as an environmental function. Such functions are controlled by the brain, that is called as what it is, that which part, that is called medulla oblongata, okay. This is all the different parts of the brain and what you call and their functions. In an examination they will ask the 2 to 3 marks questions on these functions of the brain, okay. So you have to remember strictly. And another part is the protection of the brain, how the brain is protected in our body. Your protection of the brain is one of the very sensitive organ in our body because it is full of nerves. And how it is protected means it is a protected, primarily the brain is protected by the bony like structure that is called as a skull. Observe, this is a brain, this is called as a skull. Okay, this is very hard in nature. Primary, the primary protection of the brain that is found the whatever bone. The bone is skull, that is a bony like structure. Below the skull, there is a 3 layers of muscle that is called as what it is meninges. Okay, below the skull, 3 layers of muscles are there. Those are called as a meninges. How the meninges give the protection to the brain means in between the meninges there is a fluid is there that is called as a CSF fluid. Which one? CSF fluid, that is a cerebrospinal fluid. Cerebrospinal fluid. How the cerebrospinal fluid is protected in a brain? That skull is okay. That skull is very hard in nature, and it is give the protection to the brain at the doing injury or in extended case. Okay, but this fluid is how it is protected means when the person is undergo the stress or the tension, that particular stress or tension, our body it is get increases, and that time the whatever the heat is present in our brain, that is absorbed by the that fluid which is present in between the meninges. Like this, the CSF fluid is safe for protection of the brain. Okay.